Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's about as pleasant as a kick to the shins, the signs that society is losing its grip on basic civility. We're not talking about forgetting to send a thank you note here, people. We're talking about a full-on descent into a world where common decency is about as rare as finding a decent person in the comments section of a YouTube video. Let's be honest. Sometimes it feels like we're teetering on the precipice of a societal meltdown. Like the only thing holding us together is a thin, fraying thread of please and thank yous. But is that actually true? Are we really on the fast track to a world where the customer is always wrong and the only acceptable form of public discourse is a screaming match? Well, buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into the abyss of incivility and examine the evidence. And trust me, some of this stuff is more disturbing than a flock of pigeons wearing tiny MAGA hats. So, grab your hazmat suits and let's get started. Let's start with a place where civility goes to die a slow, agonizing death: the internet. Specifically, the festering cesspool of online comment sections. You know the ones, where anonymity empowers keyboard warriors to unleash their most toxic opinions with the grammar of a drunken sea captain. It's like the Wild West out there, except instead of tumbleweeds and saloons, it's just overflowing with bad takes and even worse spelling. And it's not just limited to the dark corners of the internet anymore. Oh no, my friends, it's everywhere. Social media platforms, once envisioned as tools for connection and community, have become breeding grounds for negativity, hate speech, and cyberbullying. It's enough to make you want to chuck your phone in a river and retreat to a remote cabin in the woods. Except even then, you just know you'd probably run into some guy in a tinfoil hat ranting about 5G and chemtrails. Remember the good old days when the most aggressive thing you'd encounter in public was someone cutting you off in the grocery store checkout line? Those were simpler times, my friends, because these days it feels like every trip outside is a potential foray into a real-life episode of Jerry Springer. Whether it's road rage incidents, confrontations over face masks, or just general impatience and rudeness, the level of aggression in everyday interactions seems to be reaching a fever pitch. It's like everyone's perpetually one bad day away from snapping and unleashing a torrent of expletives that would make a sailor blush. And honestly, who can blame them? The world's a stressful place right now. But still, maybe we could all benefit from a collective chill pill, or at least a nationwide ban on Crocs. Remember please and thank you? Those magical words our parents drilled into our heads? The ones that used to be the cornerstone of basic human interaction? Yeah, well, it seems like those have gone the way of the dodo bird and common decency. From ignoring cashiers to neglecting to hold doors open, the simplest acts of courtesy seem to be fading faster than my hopes of ever owning a yacht. Look, I get it. We're all busy, stressed, and glued to our phones. But seriously, is it really that hard to muster a little bit of politeness? A simple excuse me or a thank you can go a long way in making the world a slightly less soul-crushing place. Just saying. Driving. That beloved pastime that combines the thrill of operating heavy machinery with the existential dread of being trapped in a confined space with your own thoughts. But somewhere along the way, driving turned into a contact sport. And not the fun kind with helmets and padding. The kind where the only rule is to honk your horn until your veins are bulging and then flip someone off with the fury of 1,000 suns. Road rage is on the rise, and it's turning our streets into a real-life Grand Theft Auto loading screen. People cutting each other off, tailgating, brake checking, and generally behaving like they were raised by a pack of rabid wolverines. Look, I get it. Traffic is frustrating. But is it really worth risking your life and your insurance premiums to shave a few seconds off your commute? Remember the concept of shared spaces? You know, places where we all collectively agree to coexist without trashing the place like a pack of raccoons at a dumpster fire? Yeah, well, that seems to have gone out the window faster than a frisbee at a dog park. From littering to vandalism to just a general lack of respect for public property, it seems like we've forgotten that these spaces belong to all of us. Parks, beaches, sidewalks, they're all being treated like giant communal garbage cans. And don't even get me started on the people who don't pick up after their dogs. Seriously, people, it's not that hard. Just bag the poop and move on with your life. Unless, of course, you enjoy living in a world that smells like a porta potty at a chili cook-off. So, there you have it. 5 signs that society might be spiraling down the toilet bowl of incivility. But before we all descend into a pit of despair and start building underground bunkers, let's remember one thing. There's still hope. For every rude comment, there's a kind soul offering words of encouragement. For every public meltdown, there's a stranger lending a helping hand. And for every piece of trash on the ground, there's someone picking it up because they actually give a damn about the world around them. So the next time you're tempted to unleash your inner troll, remember this. A little bit of kindness goes a long way. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, we can turn this whole thing around. Or at the very least, we can try to be a little less terrible to each other. Which, let's be honest, is really the bare minimum we should all be aiming for. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Stay civil, everyone.